You are missing a marvelous view.
Oh, well, you may take the mountains, the rivers, the deserts. I'll take just looking across at you every morning.
Isn't it strange? I got on this train and all I expected was a story. The last journey of the Silver Galaxy.
I was looking forward to a nostalgic last trip of this train I loved since I was a boy. Seeing you was a complete surprise.
Same here. I'm going to be very sorry when all this ends, when we arrive in San Francisco tonight.
It doesn't have to end. I want to talk to you about something. About things beginning.
The feudal system is alive and well at the Intruder, where Dorian Lord has played Lord of the Manor with the Employees' Pension and Welfare Fund. How dare they? Vicky and Clint are involved in a scandal, and now they're trying to falsely involve me in one.
Oh, no. That's a good arm you got there. Phillies could use you as spring training.
Yes, well, wait till you read the banner this morning.
You know, I've been reading the Intruder a lot lately, and you've been taking it out pretty heavy on the Buchanans.
Yeah, but that's the Intruder's style. The banner's supposed to be a so-called legitimate newspaper. Well, why don't you read it? Don't you care what people say about me?
No, not really. I care about whether you live or die. Make the call.
What call?
The one you promised to make this morning. Make the call.
Look, I'm really too busy.
I found a lump in your breast, Dorian. You felt it, too. We both felt it. Stop stalling. Call the doctor. Now.
Mortimer.
Hey. Oh, it's all right, Renee. Everything's all right.
I forgot where I was. I guess I was dreaming.
No, you weren't dreaming. We're in Kane's motel room. I am so sorry I dragged you into this.
I'm not. I'm just worried about Kane. I wonder where he is.
He didn't come back last night. Renee, what if Gannon has arrested him for harboring us?
I don't know. I just think maybe that our little adventure has gotten a bit too adventuresome. I mean, look who's after us. The police, Asa, Alex, the Mulligan gang. I mean, somebody's going to catch up with us at some point.
Stay behind me, Renee. I will never let them hurt you.
Oh, Kane.
Oh. Relax, pal. I'm just packing donuts and coffee, all right?
We've never heard of somebody who was bringing us donuts and coffee, would we? We have been so worried about you. We thought maybe the police had locked you up because you were helping us.
Yeah, well, they're too busy locking up innocent people.
Are you telling... Is Tina still in jail?
I thought her hearing was going to be an open and shut case.
Yeah, it was open and shut, Mort. The judge opened the case and then shut it right in Tina's face.
Oh.
So upset, I went walking around for a couple hours and I checked into the room downstairs so you guys could sleep.
But I don't understand that. I mean, even if the judge does believe that Tina tried to harm Asa, which she didn't, why would he deny her bail? I mean, she wasn't going anywhere. Or was she?
The judge thinks so. Guess he was stupid enough to reserve 4 one-way tickets to Brazil.
Oh, my God, Kane, why do you do things like that?
Just please don't kick me right now, Renee, all right? Tina already did that. She won't even let me see her in jail.
No, what infuriates me is that Tina wouldn't even be in jail if Asa wasn't being so blind and vindictive and... Asa!
Oh. Renee.
All right, let her go.
No. I should have found a better way to talk to the police to get Tina out. No, I thought I'd be straightforward and honest, but as soon as I walked in, they moved in right on me, and they won't believe I'm not Carlo Hesser.
Look, whatever happens, man, I still won't forget that you went out on a limb for Tina.
For Renee Kane.
You love her, don't you? Well, that's how I feel about Tina. I'd do anything to help her. And that's what I'm gonna do when I have to. Right now.
Yes, thank you very much for squeezing me in, Doctor. I'll be there. Satisfied?
Yes, you get a lollipop. Hey, in fact, when we leave the doctor's office together, I'll get you an ice cream soda.
We? No, no, no. Look, I'm not a little girl. I can find the doctor's office all
Stop
by
acting
myself.
brave.
I am not acting, all right? I mean, there's nothing to be nervous about. No big deal. Will you please let me get back to my work?
Dorian, stop hiding behind your business.
I am not hiding.
It's scary. I know it's scary, but it's probably nothing.
It is nothing. There's nothing wrong with me. Nothing that a little revenge at Clint Buchanan wouldn't cure.
What's to worry? Our sources were unimpeachable.
I know that.
And no one can deny the facts. Dorian was skimming off her employees' pension
That happened
fund.
a long time ago.
But it happened, that makes it news. And if Dorian's going to use the intruder to go after you, then you are more than entitled to expose her shabby newspaper dealings. It's your civic responsibility.
Excuse me, Clint. You have a call.
Sandy, I thought I told you to hold all my calls.
It's Dorian Lord. Woo, you struck a nerve.
Tell Miss Lord I'm not in. And use my telephone to do it.
Yes, sir.
How can you not go listen to Dorian howl?
I'm sorry, but Mr. Buchanan just stepped out.
Well, I'll tell you how. I am sick of the
ma'am,
stunts.
I don't
I am
think
sick
so.
of these feuding
Can I take a
papers.
message?
To tell you the truth, I am sick to death of all these tired old battles with Dorian Lord.
If Clint Buchanan is too busy to take my call, I'll speak to Vicky Buchanan.
I'm sorry, but Mrs. Buchanan is on assignment.
You know, I'm really getting tired of these excuses. When will she be back?
She's covering the last run of the Silver Galaxy. I'll be happy to pass along your message.
The Silver Galaxy? Oh, it's such a coincidence. I know someone else who's traveling on that very same train.
I never believed in fate. I always believed you made your own destiny.
Oh, that's all your military training. It's too
well,
practical.
Yes, true. But our running into each other in this train was an act of fate. It had to be.
But when we first saw each other, you said it was a coincidence.
Well, do you think so?
No. No. No, I do think that this was meant to be.
We were meant to be. To wake up in each other's arms. To spend this kind of time together, uninterrupted. Together, where we belong.
Sloan.
I know what you're going to say. You're going to say, I am not yet a free woman. There are armies of attorneys and legalities to be dealt with. Having led a few armies myself, I can say that the battle will go to the boldest. See, I'm feeling very bold this morning. I love you so very much. I want to share a life with you. I don't want to waste any more time. Vicky, will you?
Well, I won't.
It's a dirty job, but when you gotta do it right with Easy Off Oven Cleaner. No oven cleaner works faster or better. They guarantee it. Easy Off Oven Cleaner.
Will I what? Will I live with you? Is that what you're asking? And the idea of living with you is wonderful. But when we get home, I have obligations and responsibilities.
Children.
Yes. I
owe them the chance to get used to things the way they are now. I'm not really so worried about Kevin, but Joey and Jessica are still very young. They took the separation very, well, it was very hard for them. I really can't ask them to accept us as a couple quite yet.
All right. I understand. You needn't explain or apologize. Vicky, I love you. And I'll wait until you're ready.
Thank you so much. Thank you for understanding. But you know, I meant what I said. I don't want to hide our relationship. I really do believe I can face anyone now, as long as we're together.
About our future, Alex. That's what I want to talk to you about. It's what I need to talk to you about.
I thought you'd come to your senses. I knew it. Hurry on over.
Your place? I want to go someplace more public.
I thought you wanted to be with me.
Yeah, but if I'm alone with you, Alex, I'm afraid I won't be able to concentrate. You see, this is very important. All right? So how about roadies in 10 minutes, huh?
How can I say no to you, handsome? I'll be there.
It's very dangerous.
Well, I can handle Alex, don't worry.
Yeah, that's what they all say. Ask Mortimer.
And Alex is a Black Widow spider.
Yeah, well, she's the one who got Tina in jail. She's the only one who can get her out. Okay, you gotta give it a shot.
Cannon, how could you let the damn Hesse grab Renee right under your nose after I go to all the trouble of getting her arrested for her own safety? Now you can't even find... Give me the phone!
No, wait, just 1 second. What do you mean? You had Renee arrested?
I had to, Bo. For her own protection from that slime, Carlo Hesse. But she refuses to believe that that guy is Hesse. That could be the cops again.
Hello, this is Bo Buchanan. I'm sorry, but my father can't come to the phone right now.
Bo. Oh, I'm so glad that I got you. I want to talk to somebody rational. Then maybe you can translate for your pa, okay?
Who is that?
Are you okay?
Yes, I am. And I beg you to help Asa to understand that. I am perfectly safe. Mortimer Byrne is not Carlo Hesser. Carlo Hesser has not returned from the grave.
Can you at least tell me where you are?
No, Bo, I can't do that. Just listen, please. Mortimer went to the police station yesterday not to rescue me, but to try to convince the police that Tina did not try to kill Asa. She didn't. Just hear that, please. Mortimer Byrne is a good, decent man. I do not need anyone to protect me from him. What I really need is for Asa to just stay out of this completely.
You mind telling me who that was?
Renee.
Renee? Why don't you keep her on the line so we can trace it? Is she all right? Then Hesse hurt her.
Just simmer down and just think for 2 seconds. Now, what if Renee's telling the truth? What if this Dr. Mortimer Byrne is not Carlo Hesser?
Carlotta, I got it.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm sorry to intrude, but I have something for you.
General Hospital's 30th anniversary quiz.
My first tour of the Barrett Fish Cannery ended in disaster. Do you remember what happened to me?
Yes, that...
When we get to San Francisco, I'm going to make a reservation at the greatest little restaurant at Fisherman's Wharf. You're going to love it.
Well, as long as it's a table for two.
Victoria Buchanan, imagine seeing you of all people on the Silver Galaxy.
Arthur, it's been a long time. Oh, my goodness. May I introduce you, please, to Sloane Carpenter?
Oh.
What's funny? What did I say?
No.
Well, Sloane and I have already met many, many times.
Have you? Oh.
Arthur's company is publishing my book.
My father's biography?
Oh, don't be coy, Victoria. That's the reason you're on the train with the General, isn't it? So that he can get you to write the introduction to Lord of the Banner.
Is that what you're calling it?
Mm-hmm.
Actually, no.
You know, I'm sorry I didn't run into you earlier, but, well, you know how it is. First day out of Philadelphia, I get this bug, and, well, I've been confined to my compartment since.
Oh.
Well, we'll have a drink in San Francisco.
A whole bottle. Celebrate your new book and renewal of old acquaintance. You know, Sloan, Vicky and her husband are two of my favorite people. Well, by the way, where is Clint?
Well, we are getting desperate, aren't we?
Dorian, how did you get past my secretary? Chloroform?
Now, that is your style, Clint. Just like your editorial this morning also proves.
Oh, do you deny you bilked your own workers' pension?
I most certainly do, and I don't... No, I don't have to confirm or deny anything to you, dear. This is between your boss and me. Will you excuse us?
No, she will not.
Fine. Clint, a lot of men would be grateful to me for what I did.
Grateful? To you?
Yes. This whole town knew that Sloan and Vicky were having an affair. The husband is the last to know. I just reached out. I lifted the veil from your eyes.
Clint, would you like me to call the guard?
For what? Just what is it you want, Dorian?
That's better. All right. Clint, we're both adults, right? We were friends. We were once close friends. I think we both wasted enough time on these petty squabbles. All right? Enough dirt has been dished out on both sides.
I agree. I agree.
Great. So let's call it a truce.
Well, you know something funny? I was thinking the exact same thing just before you showed up. I mean, I've got some really important issues to deal with and write about in my editorials. So why should I bother with trivial issues like graft and the intruder?
Yes, and I have enough sensational stories to splash on my front page without something as well known as your wife's sex life. Why don't we call it a draw?
I'll think about it. I'll really think about it.
You do that. Because if we were to continue our war, I might have to do something like this. Mind you, it's just a mock-up, a facsimile, but to get the full effect, you would have to imagine a blow-up photo of Vicky and Sloan, the society queen and the general ride the rails to romance. Something like that. Huh? Oh, dear. You didn't know that your star reporter was with her new man, did you? My, that must be a bitter pill to swallow.
Clint, I'm sorry.
Alex!
It's one thing I love in a man. It's punctuality.
I said a public place, Alex. Where is everybody, huh?
I hear Rhodey's doesn't get going until later. So what was so urgent, huh?
There's something I need for you to do.
It's about time.
It's asking a lot, but, well, you're the only one who can deliver the goods.
Well, that's what I've been trying to tell you.
I want you to go to the DA and clear Tina.
What?
That's right. See, I know you're the one who bashed Ace upside the head, and I know you set Tina up for the fall.
Really?
That's right. See, I broke into the penthouse, Alex. Overheard you, bragging to your buddy Bulge.
That's another thing I love about you. You are so resourceful and unscrupulous, just like me. You're right. And I wouldn't deny that to you. Hmm? Of course I set Tina up, honey.
Why, Alex?
Why ask why when you know why? Hmm?
Tina never did anything to you.
Tina was in the way. Now that she's in jail, there is nothing and no one that can come between us. I mean that in the strongest possible sense.
You know, Alex, I don't want you to take this wrong, but you are nuttier than a fruitcake, you know that?
No, I'm not. Look, there's nothing for you to get upset about. It's just, I bought Rhodey's Tavern out for the day, and there's just little old me and little old you. And little old me wants little old you in the worst little old way.
The sheer force a child's foot exerts upon opposing surfaces can be, well, different from an adult's. Stride Right understands that difference and designs shoes with quality, durability, plus a...
Why fight it, Rogan? When two irresistible forces meet, there's only one thing that can happen.
Alex.
Hmm?
Alex.
Now we're getting somewhere.
You know, not only are you beautiful, but you're brilliant as well, aren't you? Huh?
Thought you'd never notice. Let's take off these pants.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa. You know, it's not every day a man gets a chance to be intimate with a woman who's smart enough to outwit Asa.
Why do you want to talk about that?
Because it turns me on, that's why. Just the thought of you walking into that house, whacking him on the head.
Much more subtle than that.
Yeah, I bet you are. How you snuck in there, didn't you, little devil? Huh?
Of course not. What I did was actually so clever, I'm almost embarrassed to tell you what it was.
Well, now, you don't have to be embarrassed with me.
I wore a disguise. Being a man of 1,000 faces, I'm sure you appreciate it. This time I was a modern Eve's makeup woman.
And you just, walked up behind Asa, bashed him in the head, and, ran off so that everybody would think you were Tina, right? You're diabolical, darling.
Do you wear boxer shorts or those tiny little white things?
It's not gonna work, Alex. Your little insane plan was for nothing.
Oh, I don't think so. Dean is in jail and you're with me. I think it was quite successful.
Look, Alex, I don't love you, okay? I will never love you. And I want you to go down and talk to Hank and clear Tina, or I swear to God, I will. I'm not bluffing, Alex. And I can finger you for those robberies at the hotel.
If I go down, darling, you go down.
That's right, I go down with you, but I don't care. Not if it frees Tina. And if the cops want anything else, I'll just tell them how you transformed Dr. Mortimer Byrne into Carlo Hesser.
Now, who is going to believe a ridiculous rumor like that? And how would you know? Unless you heard it from Carlo himself. You know where he is, don't you?
That man is Carlo Hesser, not Mortimer Byrne. And Renee is his hostage.
Look, I'm the one who talked to her just now. She didn't sound like a hostage to me. She sounds fine. And if she's not in any danger, doesn't it make sense that she's with Dr. Byrne and not Carlo?
When I think of all the good money I spent to give you an education, you're as gullible as Renee. For all I know, he may have brainwashed you, too.
Oh, God, here we go again. Asa Buchanan and all of his conspiracy theories.
No theory. Renee is in grave danger, and I'm going to save her. If I have to put her in a straitjacket to do it.
Are
Well, our first priority is to try to find your mother. Here, take this.
Reno, Nevada.
I still have a home there. You can hide out there. You'll be safe until my people in Las Vegas hopefully locate Wilma.
Wait a minute. And abandon you? Run away?
Mortimer, until Wilma can identify you as Mortimer Byrne, the police are going to continue to think that you're Carlo Hesser. It's not safe for you. You have to leave town.
No, Wilma, what about your safety, Renee? You reach out to help me, and I drag you into danger.
I'm fine. I'm not worried about Asa or the police.
Yes, but what about the Mulligan gang? That whole mob. I mean, they'll use you to try to get to me. No, I can't leave you alone to face that.
Mortimer, please.
All right, I'll go. No, I'll go to Reno. On one condition, and one condition only. You go with me.
My name's Lisa Mickelson, and I work for MCI.
I'm Wilma Knox.
I'm
Jonathan Shaw.
If you're thinking about joining MCI and Friends and Family,
This was the month to do
If
it.
you join this month, we'll give you a whole month.
Long-distance calls.
free.
Absolutely
You
free.
can call as many times as you want.
Talk as long as you want.
Free. The basic word here is free.
It's up to $35 worth of free long distance. And at our low Friends and Family rate. That's a lot of calls.
If you've been thinking about joining MCI and Friends and Family, you've picked a great month.
MCI and Friends and Family.
I never thought of you as cruel, Vicky. But to deprive Clint of your charming company with this whole long train ride...
Arthur, the thing is...
No, I'm just teasing. Someone's got to stay home and look after the store, right? I bet he's flying out to meet you just the moment we get to San Francisco.
No, Arthur, you see, Clint and I are no longer together.
Oh, my. I'm sorry, I had no idea. Dear, well, I certainly feel like a fool.
Oh, please don't. Don't. We haven't told anyone.
Not till now.
Last of the Southern gentlemen, Sloan. All the time we've been working together on your book and not a hint. Well, you must have been a great help, Vicky.
Great help?
With Sloane's remarkable biography of your father.
I didn't realize it was almost done.
Oh, yes, we're getting there. I'll be very interested to hear what you think of it, Vicky. Well, I think maybe the champagne should wait for another day, if you'll excuse me.
Well, you all right?
Yeah. In an odd way, I mean, I feel almost relieved. There had to be a first time that I was publicly going to acknowledge the end of my marriage.
And the beginning of us. I'm glad we ran into Arthur. Hearing it aloud makes it feel very real.
Very real, yeah. I'm very glad we ran into Arthur for another reason. If he hadn't told me, I wouldn't have known that your book is almost finished.
Oh.
When do I get to read it?
Oh, there's a great deal of rewriting to be done.
You're stalling. Is there a reason that you don't want me to read my father's biography?
I was doing some spring cleaning and I saw some of your stuff that got mixed up with mine, so.
Well, I could have come to your place to pick up the stuff.
Well, I really didn't want it in my place. I figured as soon as all your stuff was gone, the sooner I could forget it was ever there, the sooner I could forget that you were ever there. Certainly is a far cry from our little room above Wanda's, isn't it?
I'm not living here, if that's what you think. Dorian just lets me use the place. I got my own
Look,
pad.
please don't bother defending yourself to me, okay? I don't care. I don't care where you live. But I have to say, you certainly do look at home. Does Dorian let you use this, too?
Man, wait. How's Duke?
Growing up?
I mean, is he okay? Does he stop teething?
Yeah, I stopped teasing a month ago. He's on to other things now.
Well.
Goodbye.
Take care of yourself.
Jason? What's that?
What's what?
That big cardboard box sitting in front of you.
Oh, that's nothing. It's just some junk.
Look, Alex, for once in your life, just do the right thing, all right? Tell Gannon the truth.
To save your precious Tina.
Save you too, Alex. That's right, maybe you can work out a deal with old Hank, you know? Maybe you only do 1 year in jail instead of a whole lifetime.
Oh, so you are worried about me. You don't want me to suffer. Well, don't worry. He can't even make me stay after school to clean erasers because he has no physical evidence. Unlike you.
Alex.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I don't love you. I love...
Tina. I know. I think that's really sweet. I really don't care. Being bad is the only way that people like us can be any good at all.
Well, I can't give in to you. Not now. Not ever. No.
You sure can make things hard on a girl. Look at me and tell me you don't want me.
See, I've fallen for girls like you before.
Hmm.
Now, I look before I leap.
Come back on your hands and knees.
Where is Carlo Hesser?
Who wants to know?
Don't make me ask twice.
You're from Mulligan's gang, aren't you? Can't you guys get anything right? You guys have to do a stupid shooting, and you can't even do that. I don't know where Carlo is, but the man that just left us. Now, don't hurt him. But he'll lead you right to Carlo Hesser.
Why haven't you ever shown me pages?
I'm intimidated by you. I'm an old soldier who puts words on paper. You're a writer.
Get out of here.
Well,
If Arthur Vandenberg says you're a writer, believe me, you are a writer.
oh, Arthur. Thinks you used my name to sell a few copies, that's all. You're the pro. Well, what about the series you wrote this summer?
It's very easy to write when you have a good story.
Well, who's being modest now? Your series, Homophobia in Small-Town America? The series is nominated for an award at Women in Journalism Awards tomorrow night.
Did you know that?
I know everything about you.
Well, in that case, I should keep you on my side, shouldn't I?
Oh, I'll be there. I'll be cheering you on from afar.
No, no, no. I mean, really, at my side, beside me. Will you come? Look, the awards dinner is tomorrow night, as soon as we get home. Please, will you come with me?
What if Clint's there?
Chances are he won't be there. I used to have to drag him to all these banquet things. He hates black tie affairs.
Well, I'm not wild about them either, but I am crazy about a certain woman in journalism.
Will you be my escort, Ben? A very public escort.
Oh, yes. On the condition that I can give you a very public kiss when you win.
I'm not going to win.
There will be no competition.
Hey, Clint. How about some good news for a change?
Well, as a matter of fact, I could use some good news.
I got nominated for the Women in Journalism Award for my series on the homeless.
Well, congratulations, Miss Butler.
Thank you. I haven't won anything yet.
Well, as your editor, I know a winning entry when I see one. Your articles that you wrote on the homeless are bound to, well, to take the Best in Series award.
I wish I had your confidence. But I am no good at those big banquet affairs. My butterflies get butterflies.
Well, you just keep telling yourself that you deserve to win.
I wish you could be there telling me. Why not?
Why not what?
It's time to put up or shut up, Buchanan. Be my escort to the Women in Journalism dinner. Ah, you're thinking Vicky will be there. Well, what if she is? I thought you were ready to look ahead. Or, I don't know, maybe Doreen got you when she told you that Vicky and Sloan were on the train.
Vicky is free to come and go wherever and whenever she wants to. That includes going on a train to California or to a banquet or whatever. It means nothing to me.
Well, still, we could pick another night to go out publicly.
No, you know, as a matter of fact, I think that's probably the perfect night. Besides, I'd like to be there to hear your acceptance speech.
Well, I might not be the one making the speech. Vicky was nominated, too. You really think I stand a chance?
I wouldn't worry about Vicky or anybody else, Lindsay. You are definitely a contender.
Uh-oh. It's a Jason is moody alert. Beep, 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 beep. Come on, what's the matter?
I said it's nothing.
Yeah? What were you stuffing in that box?
It's just a bunch of old junk. I asked Carlotta to take it down to the incinerator. You stop trying to change the subject.
What? What subject?
About the doctor's appointment. How did it go?
Oh, that subject. It went fine. It went great.
And the doctor said exactly...
The doctor said that it was a lump, that's all. Just a lump. And it was nothing to be nervous about.
Okay. See? That's great.
Yeah.
Really, that's great.
Oh. Thank God.
Uh-huh.
Can you imagine? A woman my age with a mastectomy. That would bother an awful lot of men. How about you?
The doctor isn't worried, so why should we be? I gotta go. That's good news.
Try and throw me out, Miss Price.
I tried my best, Sheila.
I built this hospital wing, and I'll leave here when I'm damn good and ready.
And when is that gonna be?
When I say so. And for starters, when I know Renee is safe and sound.
You gotta let her go, Pa. This bee in your bonnet you've got about Renee and Carlo, it's not just an obsession. It's keeping you from making a full recovery.
I will make a full recovery when my Renee comes back.
Back to what? Back to you? Back to that big mansion up on a hill? Back to your marriage?
Yes.
You're not married to her anymore, Pa. She's not your wife. You divorced her. You remember?
Details, always details. Renee was always my wife, my real wife. And I'll tell you something, I ain't ever gonna let her go.
Mortimer, my life is here. My life, the people I love. I can't just fold my tent and disappear.
If we don't find my mother?
Well, then we have to go back to Plan A.
I steal Carlo's ashes from Alex and then find someone to run a test on the DNA.
That is the only way that the police are going to believe that you're not Carlo Hesser. Mortimer, I know how dangerous this is. I mean, Alex guards those ashes as if it was the army guarding Fort Knox. But we have to act quickly. The Mulligan gang is not going to send us another warning. The next bomb that comes through the window is going to be a real one, and it's going to have your name on it.
No, I'm not afraid of that ridiculous Mulligan group. Or Alex.
Well, then what are you waiting for?
You. I would face the villains of the world if I knew I had a chance with you.
Mortimer.
Do I?
Well, I blew it.
Oh, you've scared us half to death.
Sorry, Renee. Wish I had better news.
I could have told you Alex would not have given in willingly.
Yeah, I know. I tried everything. All I got was a stupid wig. It's not going to help Tina. Well, now I have to go to Asa and just convince him to drop the charges against Tina.
That's another waste.
But you got a better idea?
Whoa, wait. Let's cool it here, huh? Look, all is not lost. We've got each other. We're safe for the time being. Somehow we're going to get through this.
Country fairs are the best.
Yeah, especially the